Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, temperatures today were pretty mild all throughout Interstate 5. It was 74 degrees in Medford, about the same for Montague, Mount Shasta City, and even Grants Pass just within a degree or two. 67 out in Klamath Falls, about upper 50s along the Oregon coast in Brookings. Now, it is a bit on the breezy side in Medford and east the Cascades, generally looking at sustained winds about 15 to 20 miles an hour. And we've had some pretty decent wind gusts, at least around 25 miles an hour east the Cascades, but strongest wind gust was Medford at 29 miles an hour. So it was a bit on the blustery side, bunch of leaves and all those kinds of things falling around and blowing around on the streets earlier today. Now, our satellite and radar composite does show some showers, but they're having a real hard time reaching the ground. But I was just checking a couple minutes ago and it was raining, at least here at the news station. So it could be briefly raining in these particular locations up towards Shady Cove, but it's not really going to accumulate, and it'll just be enough to mess up your car, and that's pretty much it. So you can see that line of showers right now. So this may stick around for another couple hours, but as it pushes east the Cascades, it'll fizzle out altogether. It's even drier east the Cascades, but you can see the relative humidity is still very low, which is why it's having a hard time making it to the surface. But if you get it a little bit harder, a little bit heavier, it may just make it to the surface here like it was here at the news station for like a minute or two, and that's about it. So we'll have that chance of showers for another couple hours, but that's about it. And then temperatures will drop off into the 50s once we go to tonight, but we'll have stubborn clouds here in Medford, maybe a little less out towards Grants Pass. But over in terms of the wind will eventually decrease east the Cascades and into the Rogue and Shasta Valley for tonight. But the wind will start to pick up out of the north for tomorrow, and that'll be an important thing for tomorrow for the coast. But for tonight, we're going to be looking at temperatures 30 to 35 degrees for the most part east the Cascades, 30s into the Shasta Valley, 40s for the most part here in the Rogue Valley, except over towards Grants Pass, where we could be looking at about 38 degrees, 44 for Brookings. Tomorrow, it'll be a bit on the breezy side, that should say Sunday, but temperatures east the Cascades into the 60s, 70s west the Cascades, with the exception of Brookings and Grants Pass, 69 and 67 respectively. Now, stormcast for the remainder part of the day today. Again, we're just going to see a lot of clouds, especially over in and around Medford and maybe hovering around towards Grants Pass. It'll be a fairly cloudy morning, but we'll have that northerly wind along the Oregon coast, so it'll be fairly clear over there, and that's actually going to allow temperatures to climb up for tomorrow. But we're going to have some high clouds all throughout the region for the day on Sunday. Not a whole lot really going on. But once we go into Monday and Tuesday, there's going to be a system into California. It's going to be a fairly weak system, but we're going to start getting the chance of thunderstorms moving from the south towards the north. This only goes to Tuesday at 11 in the morning, but once we get towards later in the day on Tuesday and into Wednesday, we could be looking at that threat by then. It'll be breezy along the Oregon coast for tomorrow, and then we'll have a little bit less winds east the Cascades. But once we go towards Tuesday and Wednesday, from that system down to our south and another weak system off to the west towards the east, the wind will pick up yet again for Tuesday and Wednesday. Not looking at anything strong necessarily, but just a little bit more in terms of wind for Wednesday and into Thursday. So here's that system that's cooling us down for today. That pushes off towards the east. High pressure builds in from the south temporarily, but then there's that weak disturbance over towards California. We'll get that southerly flow late Tuesday and also into Wednesday as well. So we'll have that chance of thunderstorms. That thunderstorm threat will eventually push east the Cascades. Once we go to Thursday and beyond, we start to get cool and we start to get wet in our region. So spring is back like normal. So here we go with our forecast along the Oregon coast. Temperatures peaking 73 on Monday, and then cooler once we get towards Tuesday and Wednesday. By the time we get to Thursday, we'll start to get to rain in the region. Northern California, 70s for the next couple of days. Could see some thunderstorms Tuesday and Wednesday, and then a chance of rain, especially late in the day on Thursday. Klamath Basin will be looking at mid-60s for tomorrow, and then low 70s Monday and Tuesday. Again, that threat of possible thunderstorms for Tuesday and into Wednesday. Cascades could be looking at the same kind of scenario. However, you could be looking at maybe possibility of some snow by the time we get towards the end of the week. Temperatures cooling back off. And here in the Rogue Valley, 70 for tomorrow, nice and warm on 80 on Monday. Then we get cool and wet by Thursday.